Yeah. That means yes.
Truth Serum.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Truth Serum Podcast. We got Ryan and Corey.
Corey and Ryan.
And today we are back. I'm at home. He's at home. But we're looking at each other through a little box called a monitor.
And that makes
a computer
us
screen.
Homies.
Oh, yeah. What have you been doing, huh? You been talking to your friends, huh? You been watching all the shows that you haven't had time to watch because you're so busy in your life.
Relearning
wasting
new
all your
skills.
money. Did you buy anything? Did you spend too much time online shopping? Huh? Did you look around the house and just start sticking things in your ass?
Did you start jerking off everywhere?
Yeah, did you do that?
Yeah.
Did you make up a new game called handstand push-ups with an umbrella where you stick an umbrella up your ass and do push-ups in a handstand position, but somebody's pouring an ice bucket challenge on top of you? Did you do that?
Did you? I also have questions about that. Like, would it be a hooked handle, or is it the other way around?
It'd have to just really be a regular handle, unless you're a pro. You can only do a hook handle if you are a pro.
You think if you put it down your throat, like, you ever seen those cartoons like Looney Tunes? You know how, like, when they do that shit where, like, they put it in, like, the villain's mouth and they open it up and they turn into an umbrella shape?
That's what happens if you only do it to a baby. If you do it to a baby, that's what would happen. If you did it to an adult, we don't have that kind of elasticity anymore.
Yeah, they'll look like Stewie Griffin.
Yeah. You know, like if you ate a football, your head would be that shape. Like Hey Arnold, Stewie Griffin, and anybody else in the history of television whose head is shaped like a football.
Hey.
I can't think of anyone else.
Yeah.
Maybe Wayne Brady, his head is kind of shaped like a football.
Yeah, if you put him, like, vertical.
Yeah.
God, I'm so stupid when it comes to that. Like, I can't recognize vertical and horizontal. Like, to this day, like, I still forget which one is up and down and left and right.
It's very funny that you bring that up because there's a movie that is the only reason I remember the difference between vertical and horizontal. And now and it was when I was a kid, and for the rest of my life, I'll never mix up the two. Vertical is up and down. Because there was a movie about climbing mountains called Vertical Limit. I think Chris O'Donnell was in that movie.
I love it that you can learn, like, the meaning behind it through a movie title. He's like, oh yeah, I put two and two together. Like, how would you define that? Well, Vertical Limit, like, you know, Chris O'Donnell and the girl from Empire Records. Yeah,
it's Chris O'Donnell. Bill Paxton is in it.
Oh, Bill Paxton.
Yo, I saw that movie as a kid. I remember my dad used to come home with he would come home with random DVDs. So I ended up seeing a lot of movies that I hadn't seen elsewhere. Like, he came home with Vertical Limit was one of them, and I was like, oh, okay, so vertical. So horizontal is the other one. And also horizontal, like the horizon.
So event horizon, like you just like, all right. To remember up and down, vertical limit, horizon, all right, event horizon, left to right.
Yeah, left to right. No, not event horizon. I'm just saying, like, just the word horizontal, just I think of the horizon.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like it's flat. You see a sun coming up or something. You're like, I don't know. Horizon.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, it is. Well, at least you're teaching me now. Like, now I have better understanding, or at least through my dumb memory, to be like, equate that. I feel like that's how our brains work now. It's like taking directions in. Like, nobody can
association.
Say, like, yeah. No, I can't, like, if someone were to give me directions to go to a certain location, I can't be like, you know, like they say, like, oh, make a left on Monmouth and then make a right on so-and-so. I'm like, well, fuck. If you said,
they said turn east and go west, make a slight right on. Da-da-da-da-da.
Like, I have to say slight. Like, can you just say right?
Well, some rights are slight. You know, I get annoyed at the GPS when we're in the car because I'm just like, sometimes, because I think it's confusing.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's really impressive that somebody could, because I feel like for a while, like I remember being a kid and being in the car with my dad and him going like to he worked real estate, so he would like go to show people houses and shit, or we would like he would go meet people, do appraisals and shit, and he would have me hold the fucking MapQuest map. He would print it out, have me hold it, and have me be like, and he would get mad at me and shit, like if I if I didn't pay attention. So I was like really on point with that shit. Now I'm like, I think the digital shit is more confusing to me than holding an actual map in my hand.
Yeah, I remember we used to take like car trips down to like either to Florida or visit family, and like my dad would take out this big ass fucking map and have to pull over and look at this fucking shit and be like, all right, I make sure I'm on the right highway. We have to make a left here. He had to do all through memory. Now, like, you know, it evolved to MapQuest, to like Garmin, and to like what we have now. Those kids are fucking lucky, you know, like nowadays.
Well, everything is supposed to become easier, I guess. I mean, like, you can't really be driving and fucking looking at a map. Like fucking opening a map that's like the size of the windshield.
Yeah.
And trying to still drive. Like, that shit is so fucking crazy. It's almost like how people... And so people memorized how to get around. And I think people got lost in shit, but I think eventually they figured it out. But also, it's just like the same thing as, like, memorizing phone numbers back in the day versus you don't really have to do that shit anymore.
I feel
at
like,
all.
I think it's kind of important. Like, you know, what if you're in danger? You need to contact these people, like, or put down the contact information. And you can't do it through the top of your head. You're like, oh yeah, search through your phone. What if your phone's broken and you're in the hospital?
I think it was, yeah. I don't know. I agree. Like, what if your phone's broken and you like, I don't know my mom's number. I actually don't know my mom's number. I don't. I know my wife's number. I know my dad's number. My mom has changed her number a couple times, so I don't fucking know what it is.
That's understandable. Like, that's difficult if they keep changing it, you know. But you need to make the effort of, like, I need to memorize this just in case.
Just give yourself an hour a day where you pull out the most important contacts in your phone, you sit on the couch, and you just recite their numbers over and over again randomly. And you're like, oh, shit, I do know that. Boom, that's my mom.
Yeah.
Or you start testing. You make flashcards. Yo, what happened to flashcards?
Yeah, what happened to flashcards? Or you could sing a song like 1-800-CARS for kids. Wait, that's how it goes.
Like, why do I remember? Commercials for like, yo, bro? Remember you used to have to call cabs. Like, I remember all the local cab companies around here. I knew their numbers by heart.
Yeah.
You call a cab, boom. I just know the numbers were always easy ass numbers too.
I feel like we're just getting lazy. I feel like now my brain is getting like weaker and weaker, and I need to keep it like fresh. That's why I like to memorize things. I've been like looking at like doing Duolingo and like doing these little like learning exercises. How boring this sounds right now. This is my old age going. Like, I'm not old, but I want to be prepared for that.
Well, the thing is, it's not even a matter of like I don't think it's an old thing because technology has evolved. Technology has evolved so quickly and continues to do so.
Yeah.
That it's like you have to keep up, otherwise you will become old, and not by age, just by you don't know how to do shit. Like, yo, I don't know how to do shit on my phone. That is a user-friendly phone. I'm just like, what? Like, sometimes I pull my phone out and I'm staring at it for a second, like, wait, how do I do this shit again? Like, for regular shit.
Yeah.
Like, how do I connect the Bluetooth to the what? You know?
Yeah.
But you gotta keep it up. You gotta keep that just as much as I get up and I fucking exercise my physical body. You need to exercise your brain.
Yeah, you kind of need that balance between like physical and also technology or like information, I feel.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. And that goes to, so we've been watching Afraid. No, what is it? Alone.
Afraid.
We've been watching Afraid.
Fucked up Afraid would be like just people just scaring people.
Oh my god, Afraid, a combination of Afraid and Alone. So you're alone in the woods somewhere, but also like there's a guy dressed up in a realistic Hollywood werewolf outfit that might come out or he might not. We're not going to tell you though.
A little sidebar before you get into it. Like, do you ever heard about that? Like, there's these haunted houses that you have to survive, like 24 hours or like something like that, like a certain amount, like allotted time. And if you survive it, like without leaving it, they'll pay you a large prize, like $500,000.
Is that a real thing?
That's a real thing if you look it up. But I have that like weird thing of like House of a Thousand Corpses feel. Like I don't want to do those like really shady ones. That I mean, it might be real, like, and I'll never walk out there, or I'll be totally scarred. Do you think you could survive one of those?
Absolutely not. You probably have PTSD from that shit.
Yeah.
That shit sounds fucking crazy to me.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, babe. that sounds crazy.
Oh, I love that for all the learners, all those podcast listeners. Corey's being served by his wonderful wife.
Hey. It's pretty great. I gotta say.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. Or what if like, yeah. See, like the inside the house thing. I mean, that could be cool, but honestly, that's the kind of shit that. Because what are you scared of from when you're a kid, right? For movies, you're scared of like certain moments that you can't get out of your head that make it so you can't even go to sleep at night.
Yeah.
Like you think about those two little girls standing at the end of the hallway in The Shining. And you think, and like those are the kind of things that pop into your mind when you're trying to sleep at night.
Yeah.
So if you actually are in this situation, would they really give you that much money though? I feel like, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm paraphrasing like what they would give you. I would look them up, but they exist. If you could survive it, go for it. Look up these places all over the United States or even outside. But what about that show? You were talking about that show. Sorry, before I cut you off with that bullshit I was talking about. But what about that show Alone that you guys were watching?
Alone is amazing. If you haven't seen it, it is a History Channel docu-series. Is that how you say
shit.
it? Docu-series? It's a series. It's a documentary series.
Yeah.
Basically, so they take 10 survivalists and they put them somewhere that's pretty hard to actually live. Like, they put them in, like, Patagonia, which is, like, at the bottom of South America. The weather is fucking all over the place. The terrain is pretty hard to live in. There's fucking mountain lions and wild boar running around and shit. Yo, and you could really just be, like, sleeping in the tent that you made, and a fucking wild boar could come and start, like, what's up? What the fuck is this? Or a fox came and started fucking with people. There weren't any bears there, but in the because we watched the third season, which was really, really good.
I started when you suggested, I started watching a little bit of clips, and it kind of got me into it. I started watching a little bit of the 6th season, the first episode, just now before I got on here.
Oh shit! Season 6 is on there.
Yeah, it's on Hulu, right? Mm-hmm. Like, it's amazing that they have to. I was curious, like, is it fake or not? I get that little, like, that weird thought of mine when it comes to reality shows, but like, I started believing it more because they showed the camera equipment, because they had to lug this 65-pound case to where they need to survive, and like,
yeah, they got to carry all that shit around, and they have to document themselves. It's pretty badass. But it's true. While I'm sitting down in the warmth and comfort and safety of my own home, and I see somebody get hurt or see somebody start tapping out or getting hungry and shit, and I'm like there was this on season 4. There was this young kid twisted his ankle. He starts bitching like, "Oh, I twisted my ankle," and I was like, "Fucking pussy." Yeah. But realistically, I wouldn't even put myself in that situation to begin with. However, in real life, if I twisted my ankle doing something, I wouldn't be bitching like he was.
No, bullshit. Yeah. You definitely would. Let's not bring up the knee incident again.
I would only do it to fuck with you.
I know, but it infuriated me.
Yeah.
It was funny though. You're asking before, like when we were all chilling. What like they have to bring like 10 items.
Yeah, so they get to bring 10 items that they have to be approved by the people.
Yeah.
Who are orchestrating the whole shit. And
they actually have to they actually got legit survival shit. It's not like, all right, we're gonna take like average Joe Schmo who never camped for his whole life and it's like, all right, like when you're asked that question, it's like, what would you bring? I was like, oh, a cell phone, a book. No, that's
I
stupid.
think a cell phone, a book, a fidget spinner. I think I think if it would be really interesting if they took a person who's just like an average dude who grew up in the city, man or woman, grew up in city life their whole time, and try to get them to stay out for just a month with 10 items, and they have no idea about survival. And the terrain wouldn't be necessarily as hard, because honestly, as a city person, you could put me on a fucking campground, and after 2 days, I'll be like, yeah, I'll be honest with you, I kind of just want to go lay in a bed. Fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of person.
I don't know. I'm for me, I'm more adventurous, so I kind of want to like walk around and try to figure it out.
That's a different thing, though. Like, I like hiking. Like, if you said we're going to get up in the morning and go on a hike, and then at night we're going to go home, I'd be like, oh, fuck yeah. You know? Like, that sounds cool to me. But I don't want to, like, be having bugs and shit crawling all over me, worrying about a mouse crawling up my ass while I'm laying in a sleeping bag. You know?
Yeah. Like, I kind of use it like, I like, what if we're put in that scenario where we have to survive, you know? I like to try to figure it out in that way, you know? Yeah, but I understand what you're saying. Like, that's where if it's planned, you don't want to you don't really want to camp. It'll be fun to do it for like a couple of days, but after that allotted times, like you don't want to do this every day of your life.
Yeah, no. I mean,
because we're city people.
It depends. You know, like if there were people, it's all about the group. Like I would need to get hyped up to do it. You know?
Yeah,
that's what it is. But there's other things I'd like to do.
Yeah,
I mean, I think resorts are cool. Stay on a resort, and then there's a beach there. You could go into the mountains if you want.
Yeah.
There's a beach, and then the mountains are behind it. Or there's a beach, and then across the beach, there's mountains with snow on top of them.
That's cool. You look at it, you're like, I walked here. I'm going to walk back now.
Isn't that fucking nuts that you could be, like, walking around in sunshine in shorts and a tank top, but then you look up a mountain and there's snow on top of it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It is cool. You got to love nature. You got to look outside once in a while, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Actually comes up with the second thing. I remember I was talking about that reality show yesterday.
Which one?
Like not the reality show. Like there's this like YouTuber that's like posting videos of him being like this bounty hunter who works for the sheriff office. I was like, oh, this must be real. I was like absorbed into it like for a fucking day. I kept on watching clips and clips and clips.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
Then I saw
what's his name?
It's like his name's like what? Matt something. Starts with a K. Kayo? Oh, I'll look it up in a second. But after I saw like a clip of Logan Paul and I watched the thing, it's like, this is fucking fake. This is fucking fake. And I looked up online, like it was like the show's like Cops, where like he rates these places, and like sometimes I wondered toward the end of the video where he's like he turns to the camera, like, well, we catch scumbags like these every day. It's like, why weren't these people reacting? It's like, what the fuck are you doing talking in front of a camera?
It's like Dog the Bounty Hunter, but fake.
Yeah, and like I looked it up, and it's like, oh yeah, this guy's a phony. He's a fake. I was like, oh fuck. I see 9.2 million views. Like, there's no way this is like legal. And yet, now I felt like the sucker that this person lied to me.
That's the thing. Isn't that illegal, being a vigilante? That's what that is.
Yeah, but unless you're by law allowed to do it. Like I thought it was kind of sketchy at first when I'm like, you're watching like these guys raiding this guy's house to bring someone for bail bondsman, but they don't have a warrant. They don't show the guy doesn't show a warrant at all, and I think that plays a factor into why I think it's super fake. He's like, I don't need a warrant. It's like, oh cool, this is badass. Maybe that's true. But it's not.
There's no fucking way.
No,
there's no way. Where is he doing that?
What?
Where is he doing it?
Where's he doing? He's going all over, like, you know, Southbound California, like to these really hickish places, and he gets these like, he got these people like they were believable to me because he's kind of like tasing them. I wonder how much he paid them.
That's actually very funny. Like if somebody came to me and said, "Yo, I'm doing this show where I'm a fake bounty hunter. I'm just going to pretend I'm breaking into your house and arresting you for I don't know, having a meth lab." But I'm gonna tase you. Is that cool?
Yeah.
We pay you extra if we tase you, though. But you
Yeah.
have to really do it. I'm like, all right, yeah, sure.
They're
I'm not doing anything.
They're paid actors.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah, if you watch it, I'll send you the link to it. But I don't want to like promote your shit because like it's fake. It's entertaining as hell if you're like, all right, well, I'm willing to sustain disbelief, but fuck that shit.
Yeah, that's really funny though.
Yeah, I do have a question for you. Like, I was online. Like, I saw news today that they're beginning opening phase 1 of opening gyms.
Oh,
which
yeah.
has a lot of work to it. I feel like you and me are kind of stuck in a similar situation. Do you have any hope that they will? You think you'll be back at work, like hopefully by May 15th or possibly by June?
Yes, of course I do. I would like to. I mean, there's a lot of shit to be concerned about.
Yeah,
but yeah, I would like to start sooner rather than later, taking steps to having things get back to normal. You know?
Yeah.
I like the way life was. Life is great now. I mean, I hang out with my wife all day, and we enjoy our time because we just happen to luckily have just gotten married. It's like an extended honeymoon. But I'd also like to know that, you know, you start thinking about like your finances and shit like that. So of course, I would love to have that happen where I could like start to work eventually again sooner than later.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily worried. Like, I don't want to sound like a dickhead, which I probably will, but I'm not worried about getting sick.
I'm
more worried about getting other people sick if I just may happen to be a carrier, which I don't even know. But I'm not worried about it. I wouldn't want to hurt anyone else.
No, that's good. You know, like I'm worried for that as well. Like I do want to go back to the gym. I do want to train again, but also I don't want to be like responsible. How weird it is to do the same thing we're doing for grocery stores, to let a certain lot of people to work out, and we have to be like a certain amount of feet away from each other. We're still sweating. We're still putting ports out, but we don't know that much about it that it would spread, or if we should be tested.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be testing like everybody now.
Yeah, it's finally going through. Like I was reading about, like Jersey is probably gonna start soon. They're still going through the process, as New York and other places too as well.
You know how they test you, right?
How they test you?
They take a pigeon feather and they dip it in Hershey's chocolate syrup, and then they have you get into a handstand against the wall.
Oh yeah.
And they stick the feather in your butthole, and then they put it in a tube, and they send it to the lab. And then when it gets to the lab, they take it out of the tube, and the lab is closed off because you're not allowed to wear gloves in the lab. You have to touch everything with your bare hands.
Oh, that makes sense.
So they take the thing, and then they test it to see. They have to wipe it off. And the Hershey's comes off, but the shit that was still in your ass stays on the feather. And then they test your shit, and it's in your shit.
Oh, it's in the shit?
So if you don't have COVID in your shit, then you're fine. But if you do have COVID in your shit, there's probably a chance that you're going to die.
Damn. I thought that's a test for bird flu.
Oh. It's the same test.
Well, it's both for COVID and bird flu. They like to knock two birds with one stone, if you catch my drift.
I see what you did there.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah. Again, I like for shit to be start moving. I wouldn't want us to be like too hasty and fuck ourselves more. That would really suck.
Like I have that worry too. Like it sucks. Like I don't know if you feel this way sometimes. Like as everyone is, we all go through ebbs and flows of our feelings and how we go through the day. Like. Sometimes it hits me hard because I'm going through my own shit, but also like I like to I have to remind myself like other people are in the same situation of like being one, jobless, two, worrying about money, and three, like just trying to keep normalcy in your life, or contact with other people.
100%. That's why I I like that hashtag. I don't like the hashtag, actually. Sorry, I meant to say the one that says alone together. I don't like that hashtag because I think it sounds lame, but I think we could have done a better one. But I do think the idea of we're all in this together is a great way to get people by every day. I mean, people like, there's people that are having a real fucking hard time. As much time has gone by and shit, like, there's people that are having a very difficult time, and they're freaking out, and they're afraid, and all this shit. And I'm just like, I'm not a person that can live in, like, I can't be upset for a long time. That's just not my personality. I can't be bummed. I can't walk around in a bad mood. I'm just not that kind of person. So
you don't listen to emo music or have eyeliner. Come on.
But there are a lot of other people like me, and those are the people that need to be like talking to their friends and family. Like, yo, I feel like if you're like that, it's your duty to kind of like help everybody be at ease. Like, yo, we're in this together. Like, somebody who had to be like a person in good spirits came up with that shit, because yo, we are like, if we're all in a classroom, I always say this shit, and we all fail a test, then it's like, you know what? Fuck it. Then we're all at zero then, you know?
Yeah.
And we're all, if everybody lost, if nobody has a fucking job, then fucking, does money even matter?
Well,
you know?
not for preppy Jessica. She wants to be A+ all the time.
Fuck Jessica. That fucking bitch. Yeah. Let's stuff her in the locker. Yeah. Oh, man. Can you imagine shitting in a diaper again?
What?
Can you imagine shitting in a diaper? If you were going to shit in a diaper.
I feel like at some point, as a sad thought in my brain, if I were an old person, I'd probably wear a diaper. Like, if I get to that old age of, like, I can't do anything, might as well put me in a diaper.
Is that how you're going to talk? You're going to have IBS, and you're going to be sitting there. Do you roll over to the side so you don't have to sit in your own shit? Or do you just still just sit there and it fucking comes out of the side, and now it's all over your ass?
Ugh.
And it's like on your balls too now, because your balls are fucking hanging down to your ankles.
Nurse, clean me.
Hey. Somebody else is minding their own business in the next room, trying to just be happy. Hey, I shit myself again. Come take care of it. If babies could talk, that's what type of shit they would say. Hey, come get this.
Hey, clean me.
Yeah. Babies have it good, man. You ever see a baby just fucking getting fed and then laying on his mom's shoulder? He doesn't even have to. Yo, if you're a baby, you could be on the beach. You could rip all your clothes off and run into the fucking and just run around, and nobody would be like, hey, stop him. They'd be like, ha, look at that baby running around naked. You can't do that shit as an adult. That's unacceptable.
No. It's gross. It's like, well, that person's a pervert. But that baby could be a pervert. But nobody's gonna. I think that's baby bias.
Yeah, baby bias. Sorry, I'm eating a piece of bacon.
Yeah, I made myself some turkey bacon, like a lame person.
Apparently, turkey bacon's pretty good, man.
It's good, lean meat.
I got a question for you.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
We were listening to like hip hop and shit in the car, like old shit, new shit, but mostly like, you down with OPP? Like, like shit like.
Yeah, you know me.
From that time, right? So I was wondering, like, 2 songs in particular came on yesterday, back to back even. And I was like, what the fuck is OPP? What is that? Who's that, Naughty by Nature? Is that a Naughty by Nature song?
Both. I think it was originally a Naughty by Nature song. Then what's her name?
It is Naughty by Nature.
Not Kid and Play. What the fuck's their name? They wear their clothes backwards. Their kids there.
Crisscross.
Yeah. Crisscross did a version of that. I think. I'm not sure whatever that meant. I thought it was just like old person.
It's funny because when I asked Hannah what OPP means, she said old Piper's pussy. And in my mind, I was like, what the fuck is what?
Old Piper's pussy. I love it.
Now I'm looking it up. What does OPP mean?
I'm looking this up too.
It says, it actually, she was not far off. What does OPP mean? OPP is an acronym that refers to sexual infidelity, meaning other people's pussy.
Yes.
The title and topic of 1991 of a 1991 song by the rap group Naughty by Nature. Wow. You down with other people's pussy? I guess that's too long to say. It doesn't fit.
It's so catchy. I guess it could, like, I guess for them to make it on the airwaves, like, back then, it's like, all right, well, fine, we'll create an acronym for that, so nobody would know what it is, but now that gives a whole different context to that song.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's your OPP. Yeah, you know me.
You down with OPP? Yeah,
with OPP.
Now, all right. So she was close. So the other song that came on right afterwards was the Nelly song. That shit came out when we were probably like 9 years old or something. I don't know. But this andale, mami, iya, oh. What the fuck is iya? So now, what do you? It's the name of the song is EI. So what the fuck is that?
Is an acronym for something? EI?
I'm gonna find out right now.
I'll look it up. This is fascinating. This is like I would love to see these as like, you know, Jeopardy questions.
Oh shit. Okay. Urban Dictionary. You know I love Urban Dictionary. Nelly began to introduce the rap audience and the nation to a whole new set of St. Louis slang. EI means yes, bring it on, he explained at Nelly.net. First of all, how? EI stands for eat it. Nelly uses it often in his songs. Means that you are about to receive oral sex.
Oh.
I don't know about that one. That's also. Yeah. It sounds like something a donkey would say.
Yeah, it sounds like Eeyore. EI.
Yeah. Let's see. Wait. Hold on a second. What's a dependopotamus? I'm sorry.
Wait. Oh, you just found a random thing underneath? Wait, what is dependopotamus?
Oh, man, it's a long one. A dependopotamus, or dependopotami, plural, is the spouse of a military service member whose symbiotic relationship is parasitic. These creatures seek to take advantage of the trusting nature of the more experienced service member by birthing live children to him, to establish a link that would be more work to be rid of than to simply keep. Oftentimes, by bearing multiple children, the desire to flee from the parasitic clutches of the harpy-like, Jesus Christ, the pendomotamus is reduced to such a low that the service member simply settles for his misfortune and does not leave. Okay, I get it,
but we don't need that. I don't think we need that even word.
I don't think there's a lot of words on Urban Dictionary that we don't need.
Like that, whoever invented that, fuck them. I didn't have to read that. I wasted like a minute hearing that.
I wasted a minute reading it.
Not because of you, because someone fucking wrote that shit.
I think that the person who invented that word is a military service member who hates his wife.
Yeah.
And thinks that she trapped him. And he can't get rid of her because it would be too much of a hassle.
It's easy. The thing is called divorce and moving out. Surviving.
You could just go buy a pack of cigarettes
and never come back. That's so.
I was listening to Bill Burr and Burt Kreischer podcast, and they were talking about that shit one day. They were like, "Yo, can you imagine like the mind state that you got to be in to just straight up leave? Like you're leaving all your shit." Your whole family, like, how miserable do you have to be to abandon a whole family like that? That's fucking nuts.
Well, all right, I'm gonna play a little devil's advocate here. Like, you must be. Listen. I think divorce is a good thing. Like, if you leave that behind, like, I get the feeling of like you want to do right, you want to do good, and like you want to still take care of that family. But if you're not happy with that person, then it's okay to leave.
Yeah, but that's not. No, I'm not saying divorce. I'm not saying divorce. I'm saying just saying, "Hey, I'll be right back."
Oh,
and then leave. Like instead of going, "Hey, listen, this is not working." Like an adult, just straight up going, "Yo, guys, I'll see you later," and then that's it. And then they never saw you again.
Yeah, that's cold as fuck. That's
fucking insane.
No, I have no respect for that person. I don't know what that upbringing is to be like, well, I'm just going to leave and not, like, have a care on their fucking stuff. I would beat the shit out of that person if I saw him and I heard about doing that. Jesus.
That's something, you meet that dude?
It's like, that's just a garbage person. Like, when I bartend, I meet, like, some really garbage people where, like, you know, I have to play nice because I want money from them, and I wish I could, like, you know, throw that little justice, but I can't do that because it's not... One, that's crazy for me to do that, to not serve somebody. But, you know,
No. Take all their money.
I'm going to take all their money.
You meet that dude. You know the funny thing is, you probably would meet that dude out at a bar that you go to all the time. You never seen him before. You sit next to him. Hey, friend. You become friends with him.
Yeah.
And then he ends up being really cool.
Yeah.
And then you admit, and then he admits to you why he's not in his hometown. And then you go, oh shit, man. And then he explains to you why, and then you start empathizing with him.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's like a lesson I'm always trying to learn. Is like there are always two sides to a story. Like you can't be like, all right, this person's a straight out villain. Now, like we're in that world where it could be. There's reasons.
Yeah, man.
Someone is who they are.
We've spent fucking centuries not letting people explain their side of the story and murdering them.
Yeah.
You know, there's some countries where they still fucking will have a woman stand in the middle of the city and throw rocks at them until they die.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
That's some fucking savage shit.
Yeah.
That's what that is. I was just saying yesterday, I'm going to start using the word savage the way it was intended to use. You know, like how the white people came over and started calling the natives savages. That's the kind of fucking savage.
So how is Macho Man Randy Savage? Like, is it because he gives an elbow drop?
It's because he wanted to be like on some fucking Rambo type shit. You know, like he's like, I'm a badass motherfucker. See, there's different ways to use it. Like when Rihanna says the word savage, she's talking about being cool, I think. Right? But when John Smith and all the other pilgrims were calling what they called Indians savages, they meant because these people are still banging rocks together trying to start fires, and they're probably fucking each other, and when someone dies, they just eat their bodies.
I always thought they had bad disses.
If you're what do you mean, like a bad good diss? Like if somebody dissed you like a fucking savage, or you beat the shit.
That's just being savage.
If somebody, the truth about being a savage. If somebody wakes up I think if I really want to think about it in a cool way, if I had to use that word in a positive way, I think The Rock is a fucking savage the way he just gets up and trains every day. And he's a father, and he's a busy man, and he's a husband, and he's a family man, and he's fucking he's a fucking savage.
He's a savage. He's a hustler. He just.
I love that.
That man's an entertainer. Like we were watching that a few clips of him when he's doing like comedy, but like that man, he could do anything.
You know who else could do anything? Reese Witherspoon.
Oh yeah, Reese Witherspoon is a wonderful actress.
Yo, Reese Witherspoon, bro, is killing it right now.
Yeah, great dramatic actress. Could do comedy. It's also like humanitarian. Like,
I'm tired. She's been playing like a middle-aged mom who's kind of a cunt. The past couple shows, I kind of want to see her do something funny again. I don't want to start believing Reese Witherspoon is an asshole. She's great.
Yeah, it's on the casting now. I get kind of annoyed when I watch certain shows. Like, oh, you're gonna make her the mom or the love interest. Like,
she's great at it though. She's amazing.
Yeah, but there's nothing. I feel like she could play real and like kind of just like down to earth, but like have her play more characters. Like she could do more.
Yo, there's not. I'm being real, 100% honest right now.
I'm being honest too.
There are not a lot of women that I think could be like an action role, like a John Wick or a Jack Ryan type of dude. But I think two shows, both have a movie and a show, two of things I've never seen before in my life. I know what they're about. I think Reese Witherspoon could do it. Like a Scarlett Johansson or like a fucking Angelina Jolie did it a little bit. I think Reese Witherspoon could be like a fucking like a John Wick. I would believe it. I'd believe it.
She has to put the dedication there if she wants to play that sort of role. But yeah, I could see she could pull it off. Like she's one of those talented actresses. Have you seen actually Charlize Theron was pretty awesome in like Atomic Blonde.
That's another one.
She went through the John Wick program where she's like training with that 3-gun shit and rolling around doing judo. I was like, holy shit, you're good. You're a little bit clunky, but you're doing it. You're like, it's believable because you're in all those shots, and I'm like, I have respect for that.
That's another one. Yeah. That's another one. Yeah, I'm always open to that shit, you know. And I see people get mad. Like, even I follow people, friends of ours, performers, actors, theaters, you know. And there's a lot of girls that are like, well, how come there's no female action star? And there are, and they've done it, but dudes don't want to watch that shit, right? Dudes just don't, like, dudes are not interested in watching it, and then girls get mad at them for not being interested in watching it. It's like, why are you even mad, though? You want me to just go watch it because she's a girl, or do you want me to watch it because it's a good movie?
Yeah. I'd rather go in because I'm entertained. Like, the premise, and I don't want to be like, all right, fine, it's another girl playing an action. No, like, I'm entertained. It doesn't matter to me, but like, as long as I'm entertained, I'm enticed by the story, I'll watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not about a gender thing. So I was trying to forget. I was going to say something about that.
Naked and Afraid?
What? Naked and Afraid? Yeah, Naked and Afraid. That's stupid. No, I'm not going to watch that.
Bro, after I watched Alone, Naked and Afraid looks like fucking child's play to me.
It's garbage. It's like you're putting these actor Joe Schmoes out there, and like, oh well, they're being pampered.
Bro, this dude cut his fucking foot on like a rock or a twig or something.
Yeah. And
then the production came out like, yo, this could get infected, so you probably gotta go home. And it was just like, what? Yo, I saw a girl on Alone get fucking bitten in her sleep by a poisonous spider, and luckily she is an herbalist, and like, she does like all this holistic medicine shit at home, and she healed herself. She went and picked out the shit to heal herself and still went to sleep and kept checking it as she documented.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, homeboy cut his foot a little bit, and they said, you gotta go home. You're gonna lose your fucking foot, and we can't take care of you.
Yeah,
that's basically what I think it is.
It's a dumb premise.
Yeah,
it's like, you're setting up people to fail. Like, there are certain shows that I enjoy watching to do that. Like, I forget. There's a show on Netflix. It's like not Cake Wars or something like that. It has like a comedian on there, and they have these like average people like make like these magnificent cakes, but they're not good at it, and so they look kind of shitty. I'm like, I applaud that. They tried, but they're never gonna, get it right.
That's actually really funny. But that's what
it's funny. It's funny.
That's the type of shit I'm talking about. Like,
yeah,
I'd love to see a cooking show because we watch like Chopped and shit, and we watch like Guy's Grocery Games. Yeah, I'm a Guy Fieri fan. We watch all that shit. And these people are and you start seeing the same people rotating on all these shows because obviously it's like that network. They're all like in a bubble together, and I think that's really cool. You start knowing who everybody is and see, oh, this person was also on this and da da da. But they're so fast. Yo, the other day I was cutting onions, and it took me, I'm a little bit ashamed to say it, but it really took me like 20 minutes to cut an onion.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they get 20 minutes to put together a whole meal, and some of these people are fucking hand rolling pasta. That's insane.
Yeah. Like, that's all right. Like, I respect this. Like, oh shit, they have the ability to do what I can't do.
That's incredible.
We over our limits. Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, well, everybody's, you know what? That's the moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen. If you watch the show and you go, damn, I can't do that, well, what can you do? If the answer is, I'm really good at this thing that maybe this person can't do, and it doesn't even matter if that person can't do it. If I'm really good at this thing, well, to be happy about that. And if you want to get good at that, practice it. And if the answer is, I'm not actually good at anything, then maybe you should, I don't know what to tell you.
Read some books, seek some therapy, be more positive. Like, we're different. Like, I remember my first improv class. One of my favorite moments, my teacher said, like, listen, everyone is going to be at a different pace and a different level. Some people will be funnier because they probably either a natural talent, but shouldn't be affecting you and your growth as being a performer. Like, you'll get to that point. You just have to put the time in.
Yeah, 100%, bro. 100%. I mean, I think that's a great example, actually. Like, sometimes I felt like when I was doing improv that I would look around at my classmates and a lot of people that I'm very happy to still be friends with. I hope you guys are doing well. I would look around and I'd be like, damn, like sometimes it didn't even really necessarily depend on your level of skill. Sometimes it was just the day you had before you got to class would really affect the way you would perform, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm coming in, like, somebody's like, oh, my sister died, and it's like, holy shit. Now, you know, now you got that on your brain. I'm surprised you even came to the fucking class, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so that's, you know, and then everybody's going to play at different levels, it's true.
Yeah.
But, you know, just find some shit you're good at and be good at. Yo, you might be good at something and not even realize it. It might be something you do every day. Like, you might be really good at brushing your teeth.
Yeah. My skill is brushing my teeth, you know.
Brushing your teeth. Well, let's see it. Let's see it. And then you give them something to eat that stays on. Or you can make them drink like 3 glasses of red wine and a cup of coffee. So not only are they going to have diarrhea, but they are also going to have to clean their teeth. And you see how long it takes them to get their teeth looking like they did not just drink 3 glasses of Cabernet Sauvignon.
It's funny, like when I see you drink wine, like when you pick that day. I remember at the bar a few times, like your teeth is stained. I'm like, oh,
bro,
boy, is wine drunk.
My teeth.
When I see the stain,
so
I'm like, yeah. When I know your teeth is stained, I'm like, oh, you're gonna get wine drunk. Like that you're already at that buzz level.
I got a really stupid rule about red wine, though. My rule is, if I only have 1 glass, I get really sleepy. But if I just continue to drink red wine all night long, I'll hang out like as if I'm drinking. But the truth of the matter is, during this quarantine, I kind of just got a little wined out. Like, we drank a lot of wine in the beginning.
Yeah.
And we had some wine the other day. And I kind of just am not really in the mood to drink wine for a while. You know, I will drink Prosecco. But red wine, it makes me so sleepy. And then you wake up the next day, you kind of feel a little bit lethargic. Like, I don't get severe... For me, anyway, I don't get severe hangovers, but if it starts to interfere with the fact that I like to get up and work out and do shit and I feel sluggish, I don't want to fuck with it. I could knock down like 8 beers, go to sleep, wake up, have a coffee and some water and fucking get after it. But if I'm drinking a bunch of wine, bro, I feel sluggish as shit now.
Yeah, I kind of felt like that this morning, like, with the White Claws I was drinking with you. I was a bit like your wine lethargic of like, all right, I'm slightly hungover, not quite a headache, but like that sort of weird floaty feeling, you know, where like in the brain.
I don't like it when I feel like when I'm trying to see clearly and I feel like I'm wearing goggles.
Yeah.
I don't like that. It's not.
Like,
it's not cool.
I know that feeling. So you get up, it's like slightly squinting. It's like, oh shit!
See the real.
Get some water.
Yeah, you gotta get water. Your mouth is dry. Your teeth are still stained. Now you look like an asshole. I think. I think, but you know what? Everybody gets to that crossroads where it's like, I'm up. I'm not ready to go to bed yet. There is more wine. I'm gonna say 98.9% of time, I'm going to fucking pour myself another glass of wine.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I might not even finish it, but I will pour it.
Like, there are days, like the next day if I drank so much and, like, I come back to the bar, I'm like, all right, I'm not going to drink today. And someone's like, do you want to take a shot? Okay. We'll hear the dog.
Yeah. And again, and boom, it's like, this is what I'm doing again. Yeah. It's all balance, though, right? Everybody says it. It's all balance. It's all about, like, getting your shit, you know, getting your shit balanced, balance your shit out.
Yeah, it's all about balance, baby.
That's what Thanos said to Gamora. He was like, "Look at this shit. Look at this double-sided switchblade. It's perfectly balanced." And then she tried to kill him with it, which was very disrespectful. That's the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen someone do to their dad.
Try to kill him.
Try to stab him in the neck with a fucking switchblade.
But she was sad after by stabbing it.
That was an interesting family dynamic, I will tell you. I will say that.
Yeah.
I will say that. You know, it always, when I think of family, I always think of Home Alone. You know?
What a shitty family they were.
God.
I remember rewatching that during Christmas and like, fuck the McAllisters. They're horrible.
They really deserve to have all of their children taken away from them and put into happy homes.
Like, they called, like, to check up on him, but, like, there was nobody. In real life, that kid would be taken to, you know, protective services or something.
Yeah, for real. Also, you know, it's another family. I don't think you've seen this show, and I think you should definitely check it out. But Little Fires Everywhere season finale just happened. It was amazing. Honestly,
This is why Reese Witherspoon, right?
Reese Witherspoon is fresh on my brain because I've seen so much of her in the past couple of months. But always been a fan anyway. But
is it a sequel to Little Eyes?
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with it. But for some reason, she keeps being in shows that have the word "little" in the title.
Yeah,
and she's also not a big person. If I look at her and I had to guess, I would say she's probably like 5'2". She's a small woman.
Yeah, most of those actresses are like, you know, tiny.
She's petite. So, but yo, it was great. Everybody should check it out. I'm not going to give anything away, but we're talking about family, and there's a lot of family-related subject matter in that show. That's all I'm going to say. But it's we're gonna head out now. Thank you guys for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for going out and getting tested for COVID and protecting your families and listening to the quarantine and staying home and all that shit, because we appreciate it. And the more we listen, the more things could start getting on track, and we could start meeting up and doing live shows and all that kind of shit. That'd be great. So everybody just stay in your fucking house and put a mask on.
Yeah, stay safe. You know, take care of yourself. It's going to be okay.
You know, and shave your legs still, ladies. Don't just fucking be walking around with pajama pants on just because, you know, let's still keep it, let's make it happen, right? And guys, put some deodorant on.
Take a fucking shower.
Take a shower. You know, clean the...
Which reminds me, I got to take a shower.
Yeah, no, thank you all for listening. We appreciate and love you all. Thanks for your support. Check us out on social media. At this point in time, I have nothing to promote except for this podcast. Share it with your friends. Like it, love it, subscribe. What's the body looking like? So on, yada, yada. Ooh, yeah. Tagline right here.
Yeah. Also, need to all diddle those fingers all over those dirty-ass keys. No, they're clean. I hope they're clean. Oh, time to stop it.
Oh, wait, hold on. Do I press stop? Stop, right?
Yeah, it was kind of nice of you guys to come by and visit yesterday, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, that was great. You start to feel like you get a taste of
I felt
reality.
I felt like it's like when I see you now, it's like, oh yeah, cool, I'm hanging my bud, you know. But I felt like more excitement. No offense. Like when you were there, I was like, my brother. Like a little dog's like, oh shit, he came to the door.
Yeah, it was great.
It's my master.
It was great. Little Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
That shit is so funny. I love that game.
Hannah and freaking Chris crushed it.
They did.
Yeah, sometimes I look at like the answers and I get like that nervous reaction. I'm like, pick the right one. I'm looking all through my friends. Like, I'm trying to find the funniest one. But some of them are super funny. I'm like, which one?
Yeah, it's all a matter. It's all a matter of like, is like, I know this card is gonna make this person laugh, but does somebody else have something that's even more fucking out of this world funny?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, and everybody, like, if you're like kind of PC or like kind of like a little bit conservative in real life, this is your opportunity to make jokes about incest, to make jokes about fucking, you know, just real inappropriate shit.